At 7:18 a.m., on a crowded subway platform, a man dropped his wallet. He didn't notice. Hundreds of people walked past it. Shoes stepped around it. Some glanced at it, then kept moving. But one person stopped. A young woman named Elena Morales. She picked it up. And in the next 10 minutes, she would face a decision that could change 2 lives forever. Including her own. Elena Morales was 29 years old. She worked the early shift at a small bakery 2 blocks from the station. Every morning she woke up at 4:45 a.m. Not because she loved mornings. But because rent in the city didn't wait for anyone. Her life was simple. Small apartment. Second-hand furniture. Student loan payments she was still chipping away at. Most days, Elena felt like she was running just to stay in place. But she had one rule she never broke. Do the right thing, even when nobody's watching. She didn't know where that rule would lead her today. The subway platform was packed. Announcements echoed overhead. People rushed to work with coffee cups in one hand and phones in the other. That's when Elena saw it. A black leather wallet on the ground. She picked it up quickly before someone else stepped on it. For a moment she hesitated. She could have just handed it to station security. But something told her to look inside first. Maybe there was an ID. When she opened it, her breath caught. Inside was a driver's license, several credit cards, and $2,300 in cash. Elena stared at the money. It was more than her entire monthly rent. For a moment, the noise of the station faded. And a dangerous thought slipped into her mind. No one saw you pick it up. No one knows it's yours. Elena closed the wallet. Her heart was beating faster now. Because that money could fix things. Her electricity bill was overdue. Her landlord had already warned her about late rent. And her phone was about to be disconnected. $2,300 could solve all of it. Just like that. She looked around the platform. No one was watching. No one cared. For a moment, Elena imagined what life would feel like without the constant pressure. Without counting every dollar. Without worrying about tomorrow. Then she looked at the ID inside the wallet. The name read: Daniel Whitaker. Age 54. Address only a few blocks away. Elena sighed slowly. Because deep down, she already knew what she was going to do. After her shift ended at the bakery, Elena walked to the address on the ID. The neighborhood was quiet. Tree-lined streets. Small houses with porches and old mailboxes. She stood outside one of them. A modest blue house with peeling paint. She hesitated before knocking. Not because she wanted to keep the wallet. But because she wondered if the owner even knew it was gone yet. She knocked once. Then waited. Footsteps approached from inside. The door opened. And a man stood there. Mid-50s. Tired eyes. Work jacket. The moment he saw the wallet in her hand, his face changed. Where did you find that? The man asked quickly. His voice wasn't angry. It was desperate. Elena explained the subway platform. The rush hour crowd. How he must have dropped it without realizing. The man leaned against the doorframe. Relief washed over his face. You have no idea, he said quietly. I thought it was gone. He introduced himself. Daniel Whitaker. And then he said something Elena didn't expect. That money wasn't mine. Daniel explained. He worked as a maintenance supervisor at a local hospital. The money inside the wallet had been collected by co-workers. They were raising funds for a nurse whose child needed surgery. Daniel had volunteered to deliver it to the family that morning. But somewhere between the train and the street, he had dropped the wallet. And when he realized it was gone, he thought the donation was gone too. Elena felt a quiet chill run down her spine. Because that meant something bigger than money had almost been lost. Hope. For a family she had never even met. Daniel looked at her carefully. "You could have kept it," he said. Elena shrugged gently. "Maybe," she replied. "But it wasn't mine." Daniel reached into the wallet, pulled out a stack of cash, and tried to hand Elena $500. "Please," he said. "You deserve something." Elena stepped back immediately. "I can't take that," Daniel insisted. But Elena shook her head. "If that money was meant to help someone," she said softly, "then it should help them." For a moment, Daniel just looked at her. Not confused. Not surprised. Just impressed. Because honesty like that had become rare. A week later, Elena received a phone call. She almost ignored it. Unknown number. But something told her to answer. "Hello?" The voice on the other end was Daniel. He sounded excited. "Remember that nurse I told you about?" Elena did. "Well," he said, "the surgery is scheduled next month." She smiled. "That's amazing." Daniel paused. Then added something unexpected. "I also told the hospital board about what you did." Elena blinked. "Why?" "Because we've been looking for someone honest," he said. "Someone reliable." Daniel continued. "Our hospital cafe manager just retired." Elena sat down slowly. "Are you saying we'd like to offer you the job?" 3 months later, Elena Morales stood behind the counter of the hospital cafe. Not as an employee struggling to get by, but as the manager. Steady income. Health insurance. A team that respected her. Sometimes Daniel stopped by for coffee during his shift. Every time they talked, they laughed about the wallet. But both of them knew something deeper had happened that day. A small decision. One moment of honesty. And a lost wallet. Had quietly changed 2 lives. Because the truth is, life rarely gives us big dramatic choices. Most of the time, the moments that define us look small. A wallet on the ground. A decision no one else will ever see. But character is built in those quiet seconds. And sometimes, doing the right thing doesn't just help someone else. Sometimes, it opens a door you never expected.